Welcome once again, our distinguished guests, panelists, innovators, founders, and professionals. On behalf of the entire Immigify team, I want to say thank you for being here. Your time is valuable, your dreams are valid, and we are going to make the most of every minute you spend in this room today. You made a choice to be here. You could have been in another meeting, working on another project or deadline, or staying within what already feels familiar. But instead, you chose to be in this room, and that asks you to think bigger, to listen differently, and to imagine your work on a global scale. Today is not just another professional gathering. Today is a room filled with people who share an uncommon goal, ambition, global vision, and the desire to build beyond borders. These are the items that make today special. It means that every person seated here understands one truth. Talent alone is not enough. Opportunity, access, and strategy are the levers that turn talent into visible impact. Today is about learning how to pull those levers with intention. As we begin, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. 1, why are you here? You didn't come here by accident. Somewhere inside you is a deep desire for expansion of your career, your business, your impact, and the kind of life you know you are capable of. Maybe you're at a point where you have already proven yourself locally and you're asking what's next. Maybe you're tired of feeling that your skill sets are bigger than the opportunities around you. Maybe you're here because you are no longer willing to let immigration systems feel like a closed door. Whether you came here to learn, to connect, or to explore your path to the US, you are here because you recognize that the world is bigger than where you are right now. This is why we exist at Immigify, to help professionals and visionaries, founders like you, convert your potential into global relevance. We see what happens where capable people finally get the information, the strategy, the structure that match their ability. Careers shift, businesses expand, families move into new chapters of stability and possibility. That is the kind of change we are willing to build toward together. Question 2, what will you gain from being here? Today you will gain clarity, perspective, and practical pathways, not theories, not motivational noise, and not empty promises. Today you will hear from people who have done what you want to do, and from experts who understand the systems, the risk, the possibilities, and the shortcuts most people never get access to. They have navigated rejection, complex regulations, and moments of doubt. They have also seen what happens when the right profile meets the right pathway and the right timing. The goal today is to open that level of understanding to you in a structured and honest way. Everyone in this room is here because they are already doing the work that matters, and we should recognize that. You are not starting from zero. You are building from experience, from your own track record, from real contributions that already exist, from value that has already been created where you are. And today is about learning how to position that value on a larger scale. Question 3, what changes because you're here? I want you to think about this deeply. What changes if you learn the exact pathway that aligns with your expertise? What if you stop guessing and start executing? What if you stop DIYing and following structure? What if you remove the uncertainty surrounding US immigration? And 12 months from now, what if your opportunities actually match your ability? Pause for a moment and imagine what that means in real terms. A different role, a different country, a different salary range, a different level of recognition for the work you've already been doing for years. These are not abstract outcomes. These are real possibilities when strategy, timing, and action come together. People come to Immigify with experience, track records, achievements, and they transform their careers, their income, their influence, and their entire life. One decision. This event exists to show you that your work already has potential to qualify you, to connect you with people who are walking the same journey, and to ensure you do not lose years of effort because of the wrong information, the wrong guidance, or the wrong strategy. Our belief is simple. If the world benefits from your genius, the world should also reward you for it. We believe that regulations should be navigated with knowledge, not fear. Strategy should be specific to who you are, what you have built, that your story should be documented in a way that immigration systems can understand and respect. Before we begin, please look around you. Look around you. In this room are researchers redefining industries, innovators building solutions that scale, professionals whose contributions have improved communities and organizations, and future global leaders. Real people with real impact, with track record to show for it. This is not a networking event. This is a crossroad for transformation. Connections will happen, conversations will happen, but the real power of today is in the decisions you make before you leave this room. The decision to act with clarity, to seek the right help, to commit to a pathway that aligns with the scale of your own vision. So I ask again, why are you here? What will you gain by being here? And what changes after today? By the time we leave here today, your questions will be answered. Your global journey stops being a dream or a DIY and becomes an actual plan. The envelope in your hand is the beginning. The envelopes are coming. They'll be in your hands shortly. Thank you, and once again, welcome to the Global Leaders Roundtable. Again, on a final note, our belief is simple. If the world benefits from your genius, the world should also reward you for it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. So we're moving now. Next, we have a welcome introduction from the co-founders of Immigify. They just have a few words of warm welcome for us all, and that will come up shortly.
Welcome to Immigify, an AI-tech-powered platform, making your U.S. immigration simple, accessible, human.
Hi everyone, my name is Emma Shea, the CEO at Immigify, and welcome to our Global Leaders Roundtable. This program is specially designed for professionals, entrepreneurs, startup founders, and every progressive out there. Everyone who has considered giving their career or business a global opportunity to scale on a new, different level. We have designed this program specifically to bring you the right amount of information that you would need to make the plans that would impact the next 5, 10, 15, and even 20 years of your life. Today is power packed. We have a lot in stock for you. Live at this event, you would see how some of our judges will be judging the work of others. You would also hear a lot of information that will be life-changing. One thing I want to encourage you to do is pay attention. Take advantage of the information you'll be sharing today. This is like having a master class on how to plan the process of relocating yourself, your family, or even your career. This is not about Jackma. This is about planning that next big move. For professionals, we're going to be showing you how you can transition your career, the experiences you've gained in Nigeria. How do you transition it into climes like the US? I did it. With my Nigeria experience, I went on to work with Microsoft as a senior manager. And I have other folks who did the same thing. There's a playbook that we know that works. So for professionals, be ready to hear how to transition effectively without losing any one of those great things you've done in the past. For our business owners, I cannot sing this enough. If you've done business in Nigeria, you know how difficult it is without government help, grants, and funding. Imagine flipping that switch and you go somewhere where you can have the right support, right environment, and right funding for every kind of business.
Hi everyone, my name is Deji, and I'm the co-founder. I'm a co-founder and the chief technology officer here at Immigify. I'm sorry I couldn't be there live today. I promise the next event we'll be having, you guys will see me live. Yes, so I'm here to welcome you all and just let you know that let you know what we're building here. Before we started Immigify, I've worked at big companies like Amazon, Dell that builds computers. I built large systems used by millions of people, and those experiences have actually taught me something important, and that is when technology is built the right way, it makes complicated things feel very simple, and that's what we are doing with immigration. So I'm sure you hear more from Emmanuel later, but I just want to let you know immigration is a journey. It's not just an application or a petition. A lot of people think that immigration is just filling a form, waiting for a decision. But anyone who has gone through, like me and Emmanuel and everybody that we know here, we know the truth. Immigration is a full journey. It involves research, it involves documents, evidence, interviews, stress, big decisions. Is a complete life change. When I went through it, and at Immigify, we are building technology that makes all this journey clear, easy to understand, organized, and less stressful. So you're building technology that makes things that removes the confusions. Like I mentioned from my experience before, I understand how we can make all this complicated process feel very simple because I've built some things like that before. All right. So we are what me and my technical teams are doing is to help people like you understand, what exactly is required. What evidence do you need to prepare for. Our platform handles all that, and our goal is to remove confusion and replace it with clarity. So I know most of you here, your application must have started or you're just about starting, but I just want to let you know, getting approved is just the beginning. Many people think once their visa or their petition is approved, the hard work is done. No, I'm telling you from experience. The challenge starts, after approval. Where should you move to? What city is best for your career? How do you find community? How do you plan for your family? So we are not just stopping at petition, we're supporting you. And that's where we're different from, every other company out there.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deanna, Chief Operating Officer of Immigify and the resident paralegal. It is an honor to welcome you to the Global Leaders Roundtable. Look around this room for a moment. You're surrounded by people who are shaping the future in technology, entrepreneurship, the arts, finance, public service, and so much more. Every person here is carrying something powerful, a vision, a story, and a body of work that has taken years to build. And many of you may not realize it yet, but by being here today, you have already taken your first step toward global impacts. You have invested in your careers, you have built achievements that are meaningful, and now is the time to think about what comes next. At Immigify, our work is to help you turn those achievements into opportunity. We look at your experience, your leadership, and your contribution. Then we build a strategy that aligns your career journey with real immigration pathways that match your level of excellence.
We have some of our panelists here already and just one more. And I propose that we get started because of time. So while we welcome the panelists, just a minute while we prepare.
Our next panelist is Dr. Bankole Israel Adeyemi, a distinguished public health expert and the pioneer director of medical laboratory services at the Ondo State Primary Health Care Development Agency. With over 2 decades of service, Dr. Bankole has built an extraordinary career across medical laboratory science, public health, and healthcare leadership. He holds multiple advanced degrees, including a PhD in public health and professional certifications from top institutions worldwide. A champion of innovation, he developed the state's first homegrown laboratory information management system, earning wide recognition and multiple awards, including Best Performance Director and the Nigerian Governor's Leadership Award in Immunization and Health. Driven by a passion for community health and indigenous solutions, Dr. Bankole has led numerous impactful health projects across Ondo State. He is also a minister, an entrepreneur, and a respected mentor dedicated to excellence and service. Please welcome Dr. Bankole Israel Adeyemi.
Thank you for joining us today. I know that we've heard so much about you from your introduction, but can you please introduce yourself?
I'm the Pioneer Director of Medical Laboratory Services for Ondo State Primary Care Agency, and we work on various projects to bring diagnostic service closer to the people at the community, and trying to use African leadership pattern to provide solution to our challenge at the community level. That's just me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that introduction. The topic for today is leadership, legacy, and leverage. How can Africa's brightest compete on a global stage? You mentioned now about using your talent to help African communities in the health sector. My first question for you is, based on your work so far, based on your experience, what qualities are most critical for African innovators and for executives who thrive in increasing global marketplace? So if you were to do this solution, what you're doing now on a global scale, what qualities do you think are most important to help you achieve that?
Yes, leadership in Africa is a bit different from the world. And because many people do not really understand the concept, the origin of Africa. And there have been many misconceptions about African leadership style. Of course, most of our leaders do not really understand it. And instead of leveraging on the particular grace and traits that Africans has, we are turning it upside down. African, we have this can-do spirit. We can manage and provide solutions when the resources are so small. Leadership in Africa is based on resilience, faith, and the community. When you see an African man who is a leader, he's taking something from the community. Now, if I want to digress a little bit, when you look at those who have been leaders in those days, especially even in the Bible, the man who built the Tower of Babel, coordinating others, he was an African, black man, using community effort, solving national and international problems, taking root from what he has learned from the basic. In Europe, in some other climes, they base it on what I learned, but an African, I remember one of my friends that is doing very, very well, is in the UK. He is into accounting firm, and he's a leader on his own. Every one of his program is based on what he learned from his grandmother in those days. Some of those values we treat and we throw away these days. Value of resilience, of honesty, integrity. There must be a solution for this. To every problem, there is a solution. And this is what I brought in personally at the Ondo State Primary Care Agency to make sure that we innovate. We create solution out of every problem. Because before you can have a problem, there will have been a solution somewhere. All you need to do is to find it, using community effort, using grace, resilience, and honesty.
Thank you for that response. So you mentioned resilience. Why do you think resilience is a key skill for growing on a global scale, for doing that solution, not just in Africa, but beyond?
Now, persistence, resilience, not giving up while others are giving up, is known with Africans. When you see an African moving on the streets selling pure water, living in the next 5 years, 10 years, you see the same man owning a spare part shop. You see him controlling millions. Not giving up. It doesn't matter what happened. What most African leaders went through before they become great, white men don't go through that. Because the terrain here, you need to thicken up. But one of the things that we are missing out of it is we are not really taking it for the way our forefathers. Is a trait issue inside of us. Our forefather leverage on innate ability to crack any issue, to solve any problem, not giving up until I succeed. So this, when I'm talking about resilience at the global stage, it's high time Africa begin to look at our composition, begin to look at our ability for community work, for partnership, which we have not been leveraging on. Ability to develop ourselves to find a lasting solution to any problem and succeed. So if you are talking about resilience, resilience is having it at the back of your mind. For example, if you have a $100 bill now, there will be a counterfeit. But the reason why you can't have a counterfeit $1,000 bill is because there is no original. So if there is a problem, there is a solution somewhere. It is an African man will not believe the solution does not exist. All you need to make up your mind, find it. And you know, Bible says, it is the glory of God to consider the matter, but it is the honor of man to find it out. Nigeria is going through what we are going through now because we believe there is no solution. But until we find a leader that knows that African solution is in African culture and the mindset, not importation. Most of the challenge we are having, importing different things from UK, importing different ideas from US. There was a time that America was doing two-party system. We went to America, we copied it. It didn't work. UK was doing multi-party, we copied it. It's not working. Until we sit down, find out what we are made of, what can work in Africa. There is a solution to the problem in Africa.
My next question is, how can African leaders balance global best practices with local cultural intelligence? How do you find that balance? So you've explained it now, and it sounds like something that we really need to start doing, but how do you find that balance between being relevant globally and still maintaining impacts locally?
Now, if you want to, as an African emerging leader, maintain a balance, we have to look at one misconstrued word, legacy. There are different definitions that men has given to legacy. Many people thought legacy is just about your title, but it's not. Legacy is about who is rising because you are alive, who is getting better because you are ahead, who has the reason to thank God is progressing because somebody like you is on the stage. Until Africans begin to look at creating legacy that lasts much more than I can. I want to have 20 vehicles, I want to have chieftaincy title, I want to be the minister in Abuja, I want to be this, I want to buy many houses, I want to do this, I want to do that. Until you begin to look at life and leadership with the context that how many lives have I really affected That is what we take onto the global scale we are talking about. And that is one of the major problems between present African leaders and most of other leaders in the world. While others are building people, we are building houses. So until we begin to look at mentorship, creating legacy of sound mentorship, one of the things that announce a man to his word, much more than money you can spend, is the life you have imparted. You can be in the corner and be making waves, creating products. But until your product, your life, your visibility is seen in the life of others, you are replicating yourself. You are not creating the balance. That is one of the missing links. Until we begin to look at it, that life itself has been created for us to impact others. If I'm an industrialist, I'm creating a vehicle, I should be able to have other smaller generation coming who can also partner with me. For instance, the phone I'm holding now, it wasn't created by Samsung alone. There are many companies that became wealthy because of this phone. You create the chips, you create the screen, you supply this, you do this. Which Samsung itself was also helping those companies to grow. And before you know it, it becomes an international product. So until we begin to have legacy about raising order, partnership, then giving ourselves visibility on the social media, creating social content, and letting the whole world know what we are doing, how you are impacting the generation, how you are also impacting your world, then we are not ready to have the leader we are talking about.
Thank you, sir. So I have a follow-up question there.
Okay.
How can you tell when the work you're doing starts impacting the world? So locally, let's start from Africa. Okay. How can you tell that indeed my work is impacting Africa? Indeed, my work is important. What are the metrics for that? Is it something that you wait for somebody to give you that feedback, or you look at your work and say, you know, with the level of work I've put in now, I'm confident that my work is impacting locally?
Now, according to United Nations leadership report that was released in 2025, talked about 70% of mentee, those who are bringing up, we make it when they have sound mentor leading them. One of the things that will really make you know that you are actually imparting others is when you look at what others are doing because of you, number one. Number two, when you have global presence at the international level, and we have many avenues of doing that which I talked about. We talked about the social media presence, we talked about creating content, we talked about leveraging on LinkedIn, and quite a lot of opportunity whereby you project what you are doing in your global village for the whole world. But whatever you are doing in the world will not be taken serious until they find out how many people are benefiting from what you are doing. So you can actually have the metrics of what you are doing by the number of lives you are touching. Why am I saying this? If you want to, I have a personal business, a consultancy, medical installation, power equipment. I told myself it's not about making money. Everybody wants to be in business for making money. But it's not about making money alone. If you focus on making money alone, then you are limiting yourself. You may make the money, but your legacy, your reach will not be long. Somebody say, I will rather make $1 for 1,000 people than making $100 for just one person. As you are making $1 for 1,000 people, you are also helping the business of those 1,000 people. That means you are touching 1,000 businesses. These are the ones that will project your business also, wherever you are. I remember some time ago at our agency in Akure, some of our staff, we find that a lot of them do not have the prerequisite qualification to actually practice medical laboratory science. I took it upon myself. I went to Ashiva University with the permission of my permanent secretary and took permission from the head of service for them to be given blanket approval to go back to school. And quite a lot of them responded. They went back to school, they developed themselves, they became qualified medical lab scientists, they had their BMLS, some of them are having their master and they are doing their PhD now. Some of them are travel outside the country, some of them are knowing my name all around the world where I have not even reached now. Some of them, as soon as they graduated, it now even became a tug of war. We want to retain them, UK company want to take them. And one of the things I did then when I collect my salary sometimes, because I have my business, when some of them are struggling, I have to dip my hands in my pocket, not for bragging, to support them that this thing you have started, you won't say it's me that pushing to the, you must get to the end of it. And those little effort is paying off for me now. It's actually announcing me all around people that I do not know. So that's why I say the best way of making impact is creating a legacy that will stand. Watching a documentary about a man, I don't want to mention the name, who owns many companies in Nigeria in those days. But the whole legacy is based on the number of buildings, the number of vehicles that you own. Those vehicles, now if you mention that name now, nobody will talk about that. But there are some people now in this country, even though they don't have money, even though they pass beyond, but when you mention their name, you cannot mention Obafemi Awolowo now. Many people, there's one of our PhD coordinator, he said, that was the man that made me to go to school. The man is now the essay to the Senate president in Abuja. He was telling me that for 2 years, his father kept him in the farm. I don't have money to send you to school. This year, when the second year is going, all of a sudden, they just heard from the news that Awolowo has declared free education for everybody. That one can never forget the legacy. If you ask him now about the houses that Awolowo has built, they won't know. We can talk about the legacy he has. Many people also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You went. That was the response was more than I expected, and it brought another question to mind. Will we all have impact? Are we all going to achieve impact? Is impact made for some set of people, some people with certain skill sets, or can everybody achieve impact within their environment, either locally or globally, or is it something that is reserved for some people?
Now, when you talk about impact, either on the global stage, on the local stage, international scale, even on the world front, it's not meant for just a caliber of people. I'm saying it because I'm a minister of gospel. There's a word that said, these people have I created for myself. They will show forth my glory. That's God speaking. That means, as we are here now, there is a measure of impact that God has ordained you to make. As I'm here now, the glory may be different. The level may differ. But everyone that God has sent to this earth, he has been created to impact somebody in his or her own level. I remember when I was going for NYC some time ago, to even get transport here to get to the camp was a problem. I was looking for money. But one of our tenants gave me a pack of match stick, a pack that contained 10. Say, I don't have money to give you. She searched all around the house. All she could find is a pack that she collected from one party, and she gave it to me. And I wanted to reject it. But all of a sudden, I just took it. And soon I was posted to Nafada village in Gombe State, where there is no light. There may be no light for 3-4 days. And the day I will recognize the significance of that march, I will have slept overnight with no food that day. But that thing made great impact. You can just imagine, that's 1998, and I'm still remembering that woman because it was just one pack of mass. So the impact does not have to be you are giving somebody $1 million. Looking for an area to help somebody. Somebody wants to carry firewood on his or her head, and you just went by your way. But the helping hand you can give to somebody can mean a lot to that person. That is impact. So if your impact is going to be announced at the global scale, there are little things that will come on. I remember one photographer that photographed one Somalian baby that was die of starvation during the Somalian war. It was lame. And there was a vulture roaming around, walking around, waiting for the child to fall down so that he can feed on the child. And the man just snapped it. And sent it to the internet. United Nations saw it, European Union saw it, Americans saw it, and that man won an award that announced his name all around the world. And that was one of the reasons why Clinton sent military to Somalia in 1999. Why? Somebody took a picture to announce what other couldn't see. This is where vultures are feeding on children here. If I just say, well, it doesn't concern me, I don't carry gun. It doesn't carry gun, but it carry another thing that is bigger than gun. So whatever you have in your hand, if you have passion for humanity, you can make impact.
Whatever you have in your hand.
You don't have to have money.
If you have passion for humanity.
And a heart for humanity, you make impact. I was reading another story. A soldier in Afghanistan, the enemy threw a bomb to his team, and 7 of them were there, and you know that this bomb will kill all of them. He alone just jumped on the bomb, and the bomb exploded on him alone. All of that escaped. His kidney ruptured, lungs, face blown to pieces. But because of that, they carried him. They performed 40 surgery on him. After around 10 years of different surgery, rehabilitation, he came back alive. He didn't die. He did not only come back alive, he jumped. He was moving around, jumped from an airplane to know that he's heading, riding on horses, got married, do a lot of things. They gave him medal, they gave him award, they gave him many things. But the impact, saving the life of others, what he did in a remote area in Afghanistan, noise his name all around the world. So there are opportunities all around for us also to make impact, especially when we are talking about raising new leaders, helping other people. What you are doing here, you are also touching life. You won't know many people that will talk about this. In 2025, I met also people and they put me through on what I've been struggling with. So any area where you find yourself, there is a way you can create opportunity for global recognition.
Thank you for that, sir. So it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter how small you think your role is. And that little thing that you're doing, you can find the way. Impact. As long as you have passion for humanity.
We have one NGO, Noble Vine Foundation, where we help people, help youth, train them, entrepreneurship training in Akure, train them on how to also be self-sufficient instead of just riding Okada bike all around. If you ride Okada for 10 years, no gratuity, nothing, there's no future. But when you have a skill in your hand, training them for free. And all you need to do, we just wrote a memo and put it on the internet, and some people saw it in 4 different continents. So the little thing you are doing here, you just add it all with IT, and you create impact.
Thank you, sir. My third and final question. How should African leaders think about succession, planning to ensure continuity? So you've started this great work, you've done so much, you've built impact in your space. How do you ensure that that impact does not end with you, that it succeeds after you? How do you make sure that that is done?
Yes, I must confess that that's one of the problems in the world. Succession plans. Many tend to downplay it. But most importantly in Africa, we don't consider that. If you are traveling from Ibadan to Akure, you see many companies, many factories that have overgrown with weeds. Why? No succession plan. A lot of them began very, very well. The day the CEO died, the company also died. Everybody will be grabbing their own. There is no succession plan. Because every one of us have actually focused our legacy on building, on property, instead of building leaders that will take off from us. I remember the story in the Bible. There is only one king that overcame this. And no wonder there was no quarrel after he left the throne. David. Before David departed from this earth, he already anointed somebody, Solomon, who will be a king after him. And so there is no succession problem. But many of us today now say, if I make this boy my next MD, he will be looking for a way to kill. Everybody is so afraid. We are so conscious about ourselves. In Africa, we are very, very poor in succession plan because of insecurity problem. But the way to overcome this is to start raising leaders now. Whatever you are doing, somebody can do it better if you put them through. Whatever you are doing, the business should outlive you if you have succession plan. It's a major problem in Africa. Check it out everywhere. Even in governance, there is no continuity. Everybody wants to make their own. Even in business, you see many business going down the moment the first management team is gone. It's a thing that everybody should think about, but it will be solved when we start developing new leaders.
You talked about ensuring succession, but you did not quite say how. So how do we? Yeah, we understand that it's a problem, it's something that we have to solve, but what is a way to solve it? Do you have any programming system to solve that problem of succession?
Now, the problem of succession problem in this community, in any organization, will be solved when we begin from the root. Number one, take away the insecurity. If I raise this man up now, he will unseat me tomorrow. If I sharpen this guy's sword, it will pierce my back. You know, we have so many addicts like that in Africa.
Yeah.
If I raise this person up now, I will be his next target to help me out. We should first of all take those insecurity out. Of course, the heart of men, we can't determine what people will do. But do your own first. Take away the insecurity, fear, necessary fear. It's a fearful man dies many times before his final day. You take it away. Whatever you are doing today, even those people did not recognize it, in future, posterity will tell. If I raise somebody who is an MD, I'm just a chairman in the company, let him or her run the company while I'm watching, that does not, even if he or she help me out, she will, the guilty, the conscience, the guilty will be on her. Do your own part. Set it in your heart that whatever you are, this thing must continue. Number two, we have not been partnering with each other. When we exploit the mystery of successful partnership in business, you see many people in Africa, everybody want to own it, be the CEO, control everything. One other thing they do in the West that we'll not be doing is we have not been exploring partnership. When a partner dies or something happens, that does not mean that's the end of the organization, because there are laid down rules and structure. In Africa, we should start embracing order, structure, foundational issue. When we solve the foundational issue, your fear will be unfounded.
When you solve the foundational issue, your fear will be unfounded.
When you lay solid foundation, for instance, we have Cadbury Nigeria Limited here now. If one of the MD dies, God forbid, the company is still going. We have Michelin, we have Dunlop, that the owner of the company died in Germany many years ago. We have even Julius Berger. The owner of the company died, but the company is still being spread all around the world. Why? Because of structure they have established. It's high time African businessmen, young entrepreneurs, begin to look at the structure, not just what I want to buy today, establishing structure for your organization. Look at your company, look at your organization as an entity that must grow, not just you. Detach yourself from the company. Look at it as a man, as a person that need his leg to be on his footing on the ground, that need a structure to stand, to outlive you. Create management team. Create structure for replacement in the case of eventuality. Create structure for bringing in new team member to replace aging one. Create structure, even the aging one, if they did not die, when they should go and retire. And just resort to the background where they be offer advice. Why order? You should have a succession to bring in new blood, creating new idea, innovation, and moving the company forward. This is one of the ways to solve it, but we have been shying away from that. Most common in Africa.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. On a current final note, as we edit this and tiny session, a question. Okay.
Talking about partnership and also succession plan and all that. And you mentioned something about fear. That why certain people fail to put in succession plan in place is because of fear. But how do we, because you made reference to the scripture, right? And realize that even in that same scripture, one of David's son was cornering everybody at the gate and giving them favor to win the throne. So if David was scared, he has a legitimate reason to be scared, right? But eventually, planned the succession. So that same system exists here in the country today. We've seen situations where a man dies and not even members of the board or members of the company, family members are the ones showing up and fighting. And so how do we consider those cultural or systemic factors in place and kill that fear? Because the fear is not without basis. It's not without foundation. It's not without a legitimate reason. There are legitimate reasons to these fears. That is the first one. How do we navigate around that? Because you are not in control of that. How do we navigate around that? Then the second thing will be around partnership. I've had reasons in the process of scaling the business. I've had reasons to partner with certain, individuals in the ecosystem that it's as if the partnership is going to crush my own business. And just because of the, what do I call it? Some partnership are necessary evil. Let me put it that way. How do we overcome that when it's beginning to, affect the business? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You must know, I understand what you are saying. This is not peculiar to Nigeria or Africa alone. Even one of the weirdest man on earth then, Bill Gates, he ran into partnership, and he was a man that benefited from partnership at the initial state of the business. But later he went into partnership with this business manufacturing company, IBM, God bless you. It was called that resolved with them. IBM nearly killed Microsoft because Microsoft was almost pushing the IBM away. And it was because of the court case when Microsoft rose up. That's why IBM died fully. You never hear about IBM again. But their first partner, major organizational partner, was Microsoft. So I'm just saying it to portray the fact that there will always be men. Men will always be men. But there is a way to go about it and overcome whatever may come out when you have a lawyer that prepare an agreement that is thorough and binding. Most of the time, people exploit loophole in partnership agreement to afflict, to take over, to subjugate others. That's why you don't just rush into partnership agreement. Check it out. Ask lawyers. Ask people who knows about it to go through, look at eventuality things that could come up in future. And I believe after their experience with Microsoft, they learned a lot. They never made such mistake. They became a better person in partnership. Now they partner with different people. Now they are partnered with this chip manufacturing company recently now. But they learn from their experience with IBM in those days. So there is no way you will rule that out because the Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? David that we talked about, if he has not set in a structure, who will succeed him? Absalom, not only Absalom, after Absalom, there's another son, Adonijah, that rose up. That was war also. it will have been tug of war. It will have consumed the whole nation of Israel. So what I'm saying in essence, the feedback, what you get in not having solid structure is weightier than what disadvantage you have when you have structure. It's still safer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other question? Okay.
All right, my name is Victor Jibrin. I'm CEO and co-founder of Artisan Oga. We're an online platform for skilled workers. We're more like a job man for skilled workers, blue-collar workers rather. All right, so my question is, I had made mention of how part of our problems in Nigeria is we import democracies, systems in Western countries that don't actually sit well with us here in Nigeria, and how we need to start considering cultural approach to dealing with our own problems. And that struck a chord with me because when we look at countries like China is competing with America today, but they don't practice exactly the kind of democracy that America, UK, and all that. Even Israel, that claims to be the 51st state of the United States, also, their democracy is not exactly the way America is practicing it. So there's a cultural ingredient to what all these advanced countries, countries that are doing well, are actually practicing today. So my question is, as Nigeria, we have problem of insecurity, and even what we have today, most of us we believe that it's not actually the democracy that was sold to us when we were under the military government. So how do we, harmonize the entire country in such a way that we can start, practicing a system of government that has element of our culture, that advances us as a people, rather than importing everything and then we have to deal with the chaos.
I was in China a few days ago, and I was amazed by it because that was my first time going to China. They domesticate, and they never put aside their own culture. The community is working. The system is going. Why? They do not jettison what is innate to them. Until Africa, for instance, when you do statistics, check statistics, apart from South Africa, because of the foundation that the white men have laid, when you check democracy that are lasting, that are not having challenge in Africa, they are not the ones that are copying, they are doing 100% copycat. Either we like it or not, in the gene of a black man, there are some elements there that are not in white man. There is a way a black man should be ruled that is different from the white. I'm not talking about barbarism we practiced in those days. Because if you look at it now, democracy in 1979 to 1983, it didn't work. Military, it didn't work. We return to democracy, it's still the same thing, until we all sit down and have a constitutional review, and the constitutional review should also consider our personality, individuality. Who are we in Africa? What we do, what we want. How do we want to be led? Until we check that one out. When you get to Israel, Israel is also practicing democracy, but the way they were being ruled in those days is still there. They never put aside their tradition, the way their father, because the father talked about it before they ruled themselves. When you go to places like Ethiopia, Ethiopia was the only African country that was not colonized by anybody. Why? They already have the structure. They only imbibe a few things from American and Western civilization to sharpen and perfect their own governance. Up to now, it is still the most stable democracy in Africa. So I believe the time is coming now. We're talking about constitutional review. We're talking about looking inward. I believe Nigeria need people like you, and I believe all our people should be thinking about that. What are we doing with two parliaments in this country, Senate separately, House of Representatives separately, wasting resources? What are they contributing? That only Just 200 people, only having only one house. We do what over 700 people a day. Because we want to copy UK and copy America. We want to do the presidential system of government. Until we begin to domesticate and look inward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Can we give Dr. Bankole a round of applause? Thank you so much. Let's welcome Ms. Victoria. She was a part of our panelists. Speaking of achieving impact locally and globally, based on your experience as an educator and what you've achieved so far, what would you say is one very important skill to achieve that? One trait necessary to achieve that?
To achieve global relevance, you mean?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I consider it a great privilege to be here with everybody today and to lend in my voice to this discourse. Okay, the truth is, like I've heard some of the panelists said when I got in, you can't quantify, as it were, what is inherent in most Africans, starting from the cradle to whichever level a person can go. And it starts from little things. But I guess where the major issue lies is our ability to toot our horns, to talk about it, and then probably sometimes within the ecosystem where we find ourselves, those things may not be appreciated until it now goes out there. Because you see our African counterparts, our brothers and sisters, no matter how little it is that you think their contribution is to Nigeria, they get out there and boom. It's just that they just happen to have a better, maybe better opportunity to express themselves. So in terms of relevance, we are relevant everywhere we are. As an educator, I've seen students who you would have written of normally. There's an interesting case of a boy. I sent to get something from my table. I told him it is on a particular shelf on the table. This is the title of the book. He went, he came back, said, Auntie, it's not there. I knew I left it there before I came to his class, so I had to leave class to get it. I got there and I met it on a chair. I told him it's on a shelf, for instance. And I said, but this is the book I asked you to bring. He said, but Auntie, it was not on the shelf. As simple as that. That kind of chat, somebody will write him off. But you know, this boy went on to represent the school. Every single competition he participated in wow. Won at. Academically, he was one of the top-notch students. He was probably somebody who would have said, okay, he's on the autistic spectrum. Just because he did not get it now does not mean he doesn't have that relevance or anything. He's doing great out there. By God's grace, we've been able to train over 6,000 students in like 11 to 12 categories of different Microsoft certification. 19 of our students have gone to the US to represent the world at the World Championship. Right now, one of my students is the 6th in the world. Did you hear that? 6th in the world. And he competed with other students from like 150 something countries, I can't remember right now. So it's a big space for Nigerians, for Africans, if we are allowed to express ourselves. I've seen students who you would have written of naturally, and they are doing great in all of these things. So for me, the relevance is one relative, but it is there. It depends on which angle we are looking at it from. Okay. I wouldn't know if that answered the question.
Yes, you did justice to that question, okay. Thank you so much. A round of applause for Ms. Adebayo, please. Thank you so much. So we will go straight into the next session, which is the keynote address by the co-founder, Emma Sheyi. And it will be joining us virtually for a few minutes to address us. We would also be taking questions after that session.
Awesome. Thanks, Christiana. Thanks, everyone, for being here today. It's amazing to have you here. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there in person, but the next session we have, definitely I will be in person. But we've had a wonderful team that has put this together. Thank you for coming. But without taking much of your time, today we're talking about talent without borders. And there are a couple of things I want to share with us really quickly. But most importantly, I want to tell you how I went from this to this in 5 years. And this is not a story about leaving Nigeria out of frustration or anything. It's more about global positioning. I went from a net worth of about 10 million naira to about $1 million in 5 years, just following the right step. And so when we think about talent as a company, we think about it from a different angle. It's not about just traveling to a better economy. It's not about leaving your country to go look for greener pasture. It's about taking control of your destiny and aligning with global opportunities. I'd like to introduce myself before I get started. My name is Sheyi. Some like to call me by my full long name, Emmanuel Olorun Sheyi. I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and I've always had it in my system to be an entrepreneur. Before I left Nigeria, I co-founded 2 businesses. And in a short time, we were able to transform those businesses, and they were both bought by a bigger business. And that was an interesting background, but I'll come back to that background as I tell you my story. I want you to pay attention because there are a few things I'll be sharing today. The goal of this conversation, this keynote, is to put in your hand all the information you need to plan and strategize for what your next move should be. Should you want to take an opportunity to expand your career, expand your business, and also gain global access to economies that support both professional growth and business growth. I'd like to introduce Immigify itself. Immigify is an immigration technology company fully backed by both Techstars and generators. So we're venture backed. And one of the beauty of what we do is we use technology to simplify and streamline the process of US immigration for both individuals and businesses. We have businesses in the US that we're serving. We help them streamline the experience of how they manage their international talent. And we also have individuals who want to take advantage of the global opportunity that US offers. We've created a pathway for them to be able to do that. So that's what Immigify does. We have a lot of success story out there. One of the things we brag about is we currently run at 100% success story. And we put it even on our website. And I tell people that if it's not true, someone would have said something online. Like today, it's difficult to lie about your data. Someone will come up and say, I went through them and I was refused. It was as of today that I'm talking to you, currently on 100% approval. And that's because there's something we're doing right. But that's not why we're here today. We're here to talk about and understand how to expand talent beyond borders. I'd like to start off and go back to my story earlier, where I talked about being an entrepreneur and starting off as an entrepreneur. But I didn't start off as an entrepreneur. I started off as a civil servant. And people, every time I mention that, people cringe and like, how did that happen? So a couple of years back, after I finished my NYSC, I got an opportunity to work at Yaba College of Technology. I was working at their IT center for about 2 years. And right after that, I quickly realized that was not for me. Co-founded HostNow. HostNow is the cloud hosting and software development company. And that quickly became a success story. In a space of 24 months, we moved from being like the 15th largest to the 3rd largest in Western Africa. And in a short while, it attracted investors that came in and bought the majority share of that business. And we moved on. Myself and my co-founder, Deji, went on to found another business, which was tokumbocars.ng. And I make bold to say that we were the first company in Nigeria at the time to allow people find cars in the US, click on it on our website, and in a space of 3 months, the car was delivered to their doorstep. It was a life-changing experience, and we went on to scale that, and we bought out of that business in a short time. So I've given you a little bit about my career, that working as a civil servant, starting off businesses. And after that, one thing struck me. I realized that I've built 2 businesses successfully, sold those 2 businesses. It is time for me to play on a global stage. Then I decided to say, let me see what US has in stock for me. So I traveled to the US. Now, one of the first thing that I quickly realized was my strategy of traveling to the US was wrong. I'd moved to the US at the time for my MBA. As an international student, I wanted to, understand how business is built in this climate, so I can acclimatize myself to it and come to terms to how to build a new one here. But I chose a visa that I did not know at the time would not support my dream. So I landed here confident that I can, if I've done it in Nigeria twice, I can do whatever I want here. I can start a business and grow it. First mistake. Now, as a student visa holder, there's limit to what you can do. You cannot successfully start a business and run that business without flouting the rules of your visa. And so that became a little cage for my professional career and all my entrepreneurial journey. The old dream I had just suddenly got caged because of one decision. It got the wrong visa. But I was already here, so I had to follow through because it was supposed to be a dual visa. It helped me study and get an MBA and also helped me start a business. I could only achieve one part of my dream. And I spent months and months paying a lot of money in tuition and just surviving. And it was really harsh and tough just because I began to realize how much restriction I had. Now, I thought I could rely on my immediate network when I got here. I found folks, Nigerian community. I started speaking to people who have been here 2-3 years as students. And it seemed like nobody knew what they were doing. Nobody knew the path out of this endless loop. It looks like we're all going to keep going to school, paying tuition, and there is no end to it. Until someone kept saying, well, maybe someday one company will come along and that company will decide to file for us or decide to help us get permanent residency. I hated that because I'm that kind of person that like to be in control of my destiny. Sitting back and waiting for a company to come help me is not my thing. And so I started doing a little bit of research. I realized that there are other opportunities. So I started speaking to different consultants. During that time, I met a consultant who sat me down, asked me a few questions, and immediately told me, oh, you can get a green card by yourself. You don't need any company. You don't need anybody. I was shocked. I was totally shocked because I haven't spent almost 1.5 years talking to everyone around me, and they're telling me you actually need a US business to employ you and get an H-1B for you to get a green card. Coming from that to hearing that you don't need anybody, with your profile, you might be eligible. And I went on to do that. And in the space of 5 months, I got my green card. That was the biggest miracle I got. It was like the world was finally placed in my hands. Everything I wanted to do started spitballing. I started spitballing in my head. Where do I start from? But I want to take a step back and tell you how we got here. Remember how I sold my first and second business? Remember how I wanted to go play on the global stage? And I chose a student visa. Realized that I got stuck because that would not allow me to achieve my dreams. So I had to solve that problem. So the whole dream I wanted to chase had to wait for me to solve my immigration problem first. And as soon as I solved that, it changed everything. Absolutely. And because in a space of 30 days from getting my green card, I got my first job, which is at the time a 6-figure job. Now, at the time that I got that job, everyone that I knew in the US, no one was earning that high. Because when I came in, everyone had told me, you're a student, just go look for an entry-level role. Now, think about coming from Nigeria as a CEO of a multinational company or a multi-million naira company and coming here to start as an entry-level. It didn't sit right with me. But that was because as a student at the time, that was all you could get. If you're not doing care job, you're struggling somehow. You cannot be placed in position of power. But the moment I got my green card, that changed the story for me. I went on to work with Rackspace at the time. Rackspace, I was a senior manager at Rackspace. I was in charge of all their storage, private cloud storage. I was put in charge of multi-million-dollar deals where I have to sign off on. It felt so surreal. But one thing made that difference because I secured the right paper, which is my green card. So from there, I went on to work with Microsoft, even at a higher level, earning higher pay with an unspeakable amount of benefit or financial benefit. And that immediately shot my net worth from what it used to be from a struggling student to quickly hundreds of thousands of dollars. And as I begin to go deeper into these things, I realized that there's so much more than just immigrating. Leaving Nigeria or leaving whatever country you live in right now to go to another country is just the first out of 10 different steps you need to take in life. It is easy to change location. It is not easy to climb the ladder of success. So wherever you go, you will still be faced with a challenge. And that's one of the unique things we bring to you as Immigify, that structured guidance beyond immigration. I tell people, we sell two things. We sell you an immigration plan. We also sell you an integration plan. The integration plan is the most important. I've been in the US for 7 years in all. And in 7 years, the number of properties I have, the number of how my net worth grew, is not the same story with everyone that has come here. And it's not because I'm smarter. God knows I'm not the smartest person. But it's because there was a blueprint that I found that has worked for me. The beauty is this has worked for everyone in my circle, my friends, my relative, everyone, and even professionals that Immigifiers end up helping, because we create the right experience for everyone. Now let's go back to the story. One of the things I quickly learned is if you had the right guidance, you would do the right things here. I learned about personal investment, and it was so interesting to realize that you could start investing as early as your first paycheck. So I started doing that, and that was what helped me. But the beauty of what I want to tell you today is when I was ready to go back to entrepreneurship, I realized that I have been doing it all wrong in Nigeria. Now, the best kind of money to do business is other people's money. And it might sound funny because back home in Nigeria, we're not used to that. I mean, we're beginning to open up to that now. And having run two businesses, bootstrapped them, there are times where we had to, in our first business, we had to sell our cars, myself and my co-founder, sell our cars to support the business and struggle hard. That experience compared to wanting to start a business in the US and you apply for funding from either grants or even equity-based investment, and without even knowing you, without meeting you, people are wiring you a check into your bank account, the bank account of your business, for you to go experiment, for you to go try that business and see if you would succeed. That was mind-blowing for me because I've done it the hardest way. It was a total departure from what I'm used to. So going back into business, starting Immigify, we quickly got partners from both Techstars, a generator, even states like state of Nebraska gave us hundreds of thousands of dollars in zero equity-based investment, totally grant to go build businesses. Now, once I saw that, I thought about every smart entrepreneur, every startup founder back home who could access this opportunity. Whether you want to move your business to the US, whether you want to access funding to go build your business back home in Nigeria, whether you want to take your career and play on a global stage, whatever level you are, guess what? Having access to this kind of opportunity transforms and changes the game for you. You would do things smarter, you get better results. What do I mean by that? Think about it. I tell people one question I ask every business owner or startup founder. I'm like, if you're a startup founder in Nigeria today, what can $100,000 do for you? It might not sound like a lot of money. I think that's about 140 million. But even if it's covering paycheck for the next 1 year, so you can focus on actually growing your business and not worry about where people's salary will come from, that is a huge, huge lift on your shoulder as a founder. And one of the easiest way to access this easily, I'm not saying you can't access funding from Nigeria if you don't have a green card. No, I'm saying what gives you access to more investors, that gives them confidence to put money in your business, is when you have that access to this economy. You either have the right visa, or most importantly, have a green card that makes them know that you're a permanent resident here. It is so easy to access so many things the moment you cross that order. Now, I know I've shared a lot with us, and I'm trying to make sure I cover everything in the short time that they've given me. But most importantly, I want you to start thinking about, what does global access mean for me as an individual? Personally, global access meant for me transitioning from Nigeria to a different economy, going into the corporate world. I worked with 5 major big companies before I actually decided to quit and go start Immigify. I worked with Microsoft, I worked with Rackspace, I worked with HPE, HPE is the enterprise version of HP that make laptops. I work with Ford Motors in their technology center, which is the headquarters, and also work with Micros, which is a chain store at the headquarters. That exposed me to a lot of, conversations. I sat in rooms where I was not only Nigerian, I was the only Black person in those rooms because I was fortunate enough to work at a senior manager level. But the most important thing, remember, I started off as a student who could not access anything. But the moment my green card came into my hand, it changed everything for me permanently. And so what I want to encourage everyone is, people ask me this question, if you were to do it over again, what would you do? I would have applied for a green card all the way from Nigeria. Simple answer. At the time, I didn't know that I didn't have to be in the US to get a green card, firstly. I didn't know that my Nigerian experience was sufficient enough for me to apply for a green card all the way from Nigeria. Now, I've told you my story. It's simple. It's how I transitioned from being a business person to the corporate world and back to business. Everything that helped me in my professional career, even in the corporate world, was from Nigeria. The first job I got in the US, my resume was totally Nigerian experience. And it was acceptable because when it comes to skills, it's global. But when it comes to access, you need key to access that global access. And that's what we want to talk about today, talent without borders. Keep making sure you're positioning yourself, your business, or your startup to have that global access. Because if the world truly is a global village, then you need global positioning as a founder, as a professional. Now, I've heard all of these things. I want to leave you with a few nuggets of what I think you should be doing. First, I needed to design a strategy. One of the biggest things that failed in my process was I didn't design a strategy. I knew I wanted to go to the US. I knew I wanted to go play on the global stage, but my strategy was not right. I didn't take time to research the right strategy. The next step is, once you have a strategy for what you want to do, you should start acting on it immediately. Some of this strategy will require you to upskill yourself, prepare yourself, get some more training, or start learning about the climb you want to go into. So you should start acting on it. The next thing is think long-term. Have a long-term plan. Think and plan long-term. It is super important. One of the challenges a lot of people face when it comes to immigrating is short-term plan. I just want to get out of Nigeria. I just want to get out of Nigeria. Is it that syndrome? Will land you in hot water any day, anytime. I'm not saying it's wrong to have a short-term plan. I'm saying for every short-term plan you have, back it up with a long-term plan. If you need to get out of Nigeria in 6 months, what's the long-term plan? Because I'll be honest with you, if you want to leave Nigeria in 6 months and come to the US, you cannot get a green card. All you can get is a visa. It could be a work-based visa that allow you to work, however, not a green card. So if you're thinking of, I need to get out of here in 6 months, that means you're making a short-term plan, but you have to back that up with a long-term plan. Remember my story. My student visa was a short-term plan. Because I didn't have a long-term plan, I almost got stuck here. I spent almost 2 years just performing below what I would have loved, or what the capacity that I carry at the time. So I want you to learn from my experience and totally have both short-term and long-term plan. But your most important plan that you should invest in is the long-term plan. There are a lot of professionals who are doing great in their career right now. They're not ready to quit. They're not ready to relocate. But I tell people, don't wait till when you're ready. Do it now so that by the time you have it, it is better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I tell people that every time. And that's what has helped my life. I always ask myself, 5 years down the line, would I need this thing? If the answer is maybe or yes, I go ahead and get it. Because 5 years from now, I might not have the same access that I have today. So let's go back to that nugget. I've told you should design a strategy. I've told you to act on it. I've told you to think long-term as you begin to plan. Long-term planning is the best. The next one is choose the right partner. Choose the right partner. Now, I'm biased, okay? I'm the CEO of Immigify. I would always say Immigify is a great partner in your journey when it comes to immigration to the US. But choose the right partner, whether you work with Immigify or not. Choose the right partner. Don't choose partners who do not understand the long-term goal of your strategy or your vision. Don't choose partners who will just want to get you out of where you are right now. Because think about it, I've seen professionals who are in absolutely great amounts in Nigeria come here and start driving Uber and struggling. Now, no disrespect, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, there's dignity in every labor. However, how would it be that, how good would it be if they can transition all of their Nigerian experience and come here and work at the level that they truly deserve? And that's why you should choose the right partner that can guide you. One of the things we do is make sure you understand the value you bring in and where to sit. We mostly let you know cities to leave, the kind of job you should apply for, how you should build your resume, how the process of application, what's different in the interviewing process, all of that, everything that sets you up for success when you move here. And lastly, the 5 nuggets I want to share with you today is invest in the best opportunity for you. See, I haven't designed a strategy. When you start acting on it, and you've designed a long-term plan, you've chosen the right partner, it is time to then invest in the opportunity that is for you, that is best for you. The reason why I say that is 2 years ago, we still told people about H-1B. And some people are like, well, we don't know if it's real. They took their time. Everyone that went through H-1B process, some of them are already in the US, some of them are preparing to be in the US. But now there's a new rule that is limiting H-1B. Now, you do not control the world order. And so the time value of opportunity or money is totally out of your control. So sometimes when you have access to opportunities and you've verified and it's right for you, I always recommend take that step. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Invest in the best opportunity for you. But one thing I want to assure you is Immigify will always be by your side when you work with us as the right partner, from your immigration process to even your integration process. But most importantly, giving you access to this economy where you can enjoy global access, get funding for your business, transition your career into a very respectable role. It is very important. I love it so much when I get into rooms, I go into meetings, I go into conferences, and I see Nigerians doing great things. I'm biased. I'm Nigerian. I would always expect Nigerians to do well.
I'm Kishore Olafadeko, and one of the project managers for Uplift. So what's Uplift? Uplift is basically, a community that started as a desire of our co-founder to give back, because there are people who were really helped by the shoulders of other people that have gone ahead for them. And we decided that what better way to return the good gesture that's been shown to us by showing the people in the tech space in Nigeria right now the same opportunity that was given to these people. And that's why we started Uplift. This is our second edition. So the first edition was online, and we saw how big it was, and we decided to bring it offline and make it on-site, which will possibly be the, whatever what it is that we're going to be doing will possibly be the way we'll be doing it forward right now. So right now, I'm going to be inviting the brands that have put in their pitch. We had over 50 people submit their pitch to us, and it was a rigorous selection process. But hopefully, we would see the 5 people, slug it out here today, tell us about their brand, the amazing things they are building, the great technologies they've got for us, and our amazing judges here who are seated and ready to take these people on. They're going to ask them questions. So this is like the third stage where they'll be asking them questions. So this is Mrs. Asna Bulos. She's an experienced telecommunication professional with over 12 years managing large-scale projects, and she excelled in regulatory compliance, stakeholder engagement, and operational efficiency, providing strategic insight to optimize performance. Can we welcome her once again? Thank you so much, ma'am. So yeah, this is Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor is one of my amazing people in the tech space. He's a tech futurist and founder of Dawn AI Study, driving the intersection of AI, neuroscience, and education across Africa. He's passionate about inclusive innovation. He leads efforts to bridge learning gaps for neurodivergent children using AI diagnostic and cognitive insight. His work championed accessible, data-driven education and the use of deep tech to empower Africa's next generation of learners. As a mentor and thought leader in Africa's emerging deep tech ecosystem, Victor is passionate about leveraging AI diagnostics, cognitive data, and neurotechnology to empower every learner, especially neurodivergent children. So let's make him welcome again. Thank you so much. When I say welcome people, please clap your hands. Let's use them. Thank you very much. So the judges already have a scoring criteria to select the winners. This is an unbiased process. I do not know who is going to win, and I have absolutely no idea what exactly that's going to look like at the end of the day. So once again, our judges are sitting down right here, helping us. We have 3 of them who are going to go through the process. But let me also highlight that 2 key things that we're looking out for is not just the good idea, but the idea that is scalable and that can actually go out there and do something. So I'm going to be calling them in the same order that have been highlighted to them. So I don't know, is Flourish or Lukotun for Talk Better. A round of applause, please.
Good day, everyone. I'm Emanuela, and this is Flourish. We're building Talk Better, the easiest way to improve how you speak, pitch, and present using just your phone. When you speak well, doors open. When you don't, doors close, quietly and painfully. We built Talk Better so everyone can speak like their future depends on it, because it does. Carnegie Institute of Technology did many years of research and concluded that 85% of your financial success is due to your ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Great speaking is no longer optional, it's survival. But access to good coaching, that's expensive. It's rare, and it's out of reach for most people. Courses and workshops rely on one-size-fits-all methods, but not personalized feedbacks. Language apps teach vocabulary and grammar, but not confidence, delivery, or flow. So even with the billions spent on training, most people are still afraid of speaking, and they underperform when high-stake moments arrive.
So, if the problem is this big, how big is the opportunity? The global addressable market is enormous. Global English learning is $7.7 billion, professional coaching is $4.6 billion, and presentation coaching is $5.7 billion. Even excluding content creators, that is $18 billion plus across related markets with high growth rates. So when we just capture 1% of the market, this makes us a business worth hundreds of millions. Now, where do we come in? We have built a speech improvement app that turns your phone into your personal speaking coach, where you can practice with created prompts, record and play back your voice, get human-level transcription, and receive personalized feedback on your fluency, pacing, and delivery.
Talk Better is about a month old, and we've already had 132 active users. The trend is consistent. Users keep returning because the real-time feedback helps improve their confidence, clarity, and delivery in ways that can be measured. So this is proof that Talk Better solves a real painful confidence problem.
But what makes us different from our competitors? First, we focus on your delivery, not just your vocabulary, because that's where real confidence is built. Second, we are affordable. We are not $7,000 for a coach. We are not $32 a month like apps like Promover. We are $3 a month. And third, we are scalable. Millions can continue to use Talk Better without needing to hire more coaches. We're not replacing coaches, we're just bringing coaching to everyone who's never had access. And this is just version 1. Based off feedback, we're currently working on live coaching simulations where users can practice mock presentations and keynote practices using AI. But how do we turn this into a business? We start with a freemium model. All users get our MVP for free, and the premium features are $3 a month or $36 a year for the annual plan. And at just 5,000 users, that is $150,000 in annual recurring revenue.
Talk Better aligns with the Sustainable Development Goals. With quality education, we're making communication accessible and affordable. And through reduced inequality, we're giving underrepresented voices the tools to be heard. So this is proof that we basically democratize confidence.
We are raising $260,000 to reach 3,500 paying users in 24 months. At our pricing, that's $10,500 in monthly revenue. With $9,000 born after optimization, this gets us to profitability before the end of runway. And therefore, it establishes the traction needed for us to confidently advance towards Series A and B fundraising. Our roadmap is clear. In the first 2 years, we plan to reach our first 3,500 paying users. And by year 5, we plan to hit $300,000 in annual recurring revenue.
Our founding team is a blend of technical depth and real speaking experience. Flourish Olukotun, our founder and creator, and myself, Emanuela, the product designer and a voiceover artist, and other amazing members of the team. Together, we're building Talk Better, because speaking well shouldn't only be reserved for the privileged. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are on time.
Wonderful presentation there. My question is, how is this different from other language and presentation coaching applications? Right now, I can record my voice on ChatGPT if I have a presentation, and it will brush it for me and coach me for free. So how is this different?
Thank you very much for that question. So what differentiates us from our competitors is that our competitors, for example, Duolingo, they focus on vocabulary and grammar. How you deliver it, they do not pay so much attention to it. We, on the other hand, we handle fluency, flow, confidence. So we give you real-time feedback on how well you sound, unlike Duolingo. Other competitors like Promover are way too expensive for people and were affordable. Thank you.
All right, so amazing stuff, right? Because I did my own due diligence before coming here. I looked every startup. But I have few concerns. One is I couldn't find you guys online. Like your SEO is quite not cool at all. Right? I don't know if you could find their website. I had to go to your Instagram and dig up your website, right? The Netify. And so I was able to understand your business model a bit. Now, just tell me if I'm wrong, right? In my head, I see you guys as the teleprompter, Big Fool of Africa. Do you know teleprompter?
I'm familiar with teleprompters.
So is this something around that?
Right. So what makes us different from just like teleprompting is that users can continue to practice and improve how they speak. Right. I believe teleprompters are things that like you have in front of you, and then it tells you, and then you can follow your script while speaking. But say for instance now, like the feature we're currently working on, when users want to like prepare for a presentation, they see their scripts, but then they also see real-time like analysis on how they are performing and also feedback on what they should do. So say for instance now I'm speaking and I'm speaking a little too fast. They'll get this feedback that tells them, hey, you're moving too fast, move slower, or try to sound more emotional. And that is why I wanted to highlight it when she said she could try this with ChatGPT. ChatGPT wouldn't really give you all of those interesting real-time feedback while you're speaking.
Okay, but at the same time, I feel you are a tech startup.
Yes.
You should work on your visibility. If I'm an angel investor, you're coming to pitch with me, I won't even listen to your grammar. Once I hear your startup name, I'll check your website, everything. There's nothing. You gave me a tough time. I had to go to your Instagram. I'm just being blunt, right? But great stuff what you're doing. And my last question would be, how do you want to make money from this? Like,
oh, okay.
Let me rephrase that. Who will pay you for this?
The people that would pay us for these are presentation speakers, job interviewers, for instance, and creators. I'm a creator myself.
Okay.
I know
influencers.
Sorry?
Influencers?
Yes, not influencers per se, but creators.
Okay.
So influencers are more like they just go about their day and stuff. They really don't have anything to prepare for. But creators are people that like want to take up their time. It could be people who write poems and stuff like that, and they want to practice their delivery before speaking.
Okay.
So those are the people that would pay for our product, as well as job interviewers as well. In fact, I've had people in school tell me that, I'd love to use this for my debates and stuff like that. So those are the people who are ready to pay for our product.
I might likely pay for your product. I'm going to the White House. Awesome. Celebrate them, guys.
Thank you.
You introduced well. You just gave us a little bit of what your product was about, right? And you mentioned metrics, which is very important. I will be speaking mostly on the HR perspective. That's That's just who I am, right? And the fact that you also give yourself a time frame, that would help you. I believe you have a calendar that should guide you on what to do, but your speech was nice, right?
Thank you.
But so he said something about funding, right? So if funding stops, how will you continue? What's your backup plan, right? Do you have something to leverage on? Are you just strictly waiting or relying on these creators? If they don't come through for you, what's your backup plan? Trying to leverage on. Okay, and the visibility part was also very important. You're not very visible. The same thing he said, I couldn't find really much. I had to go on Instagram as well to find what Talk Better was about, right? So I don't want to leverage on your negative parts. I just want to build on what you have. And you said you compared yourself to Duolingo. They also give you immediate feedbacks, right? Yeah, they do. I'm practicing Spanish on Duolingo at the moment, right? So when I say Kiyasasaki, immediately it tells me, beware of my pronunciation. It corrects me immediately, right? So it's still a bit similar to Duolingo, right? But still give me more. I want to hear what you want to say. Yeah.
Okay, you said it's similar to Duolingo, and that is true, but there is one key difference, which is we focus on your delivery, and we are targeting people like creators, debaters, and so on. If I wanted to debate, I wouldn't go on Duolingo to learn about English. I would look for a place where I could learn how to improve my delivery for a debate. So that's the key difference between Duolingo and us.
So you're more focused on deliverables?
Yes, more delivery.
And so you are not concerned about the feedback as well?
Our feedback, our feedback is basically what tells us that we should focus more on that delivery. So the live coaching simulation. So this live coaching simulation, what it does is there is an AI presenter right in front of you, and you could let that AI act as a job interviewer or your opponent in a debate, and then both of you are going to practice. And while you're practicing, you get real-time feedback on how you're performing.
Here and there, like immediately.
Yes.
Good. And so your team is like a team of, how are you managing your team members?
So right now we are a team of 5 with a very brilliant technical advisor and mentor. So we have a product manager and product designer. I'm the backend engineer, by the way, and we have 2 front-end.
Backend.
Yes.
Nice.
So we have 2 front-end engineers that are not present today. We could only bring 3 of us right now.
Nice. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. You didn't answer my funding part. Yes. Sorry, I was saying a whole lot. You didn't answer the funding part. Thanks.
Yeah, just
like your backup plan.
Thank you.
You take that.
Okay. All right. So, backup plan. So first of all, I would really like to mention that according to world metrics, over 77% of people have public speaking anxiety. So the rate at which most people have anxiety over speaking is really high. And so, for example, if we were to assume funding was stopped, our backup plan would be reaching out to educational institutions or organizations who genuinely have people that desperately want to improve their speech and their confidence and delivery. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, then.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Thank you. So I want to believe that as we're, asking this question, we're using it to decide the scoring we're giving to them. So let's have it down so that when we're all done, we can have our accumulated result and our winner at the end of the day. Thank you very much. So I'll be calling the next team to come up now. Are they ready? So once again, when you get here, your time starts. So the next team is Zendit. Can we clap for them?
According to the World Economic Forum, it is projected that e-commerce and last-mile logistics delivery demand will rise by 78%. And this is driven by the continuous demand for ease and convenience as well as speed. My name is Abiodun Falomo Ajayi, the co-founder and CEO of Zendit Technology Limited. I believe many of us here have been in situations where we order products online and we have difficulties on how to get it to ourselves, especially maybe on Konga or Jumia, and they tell you, we do not deliver to your location. It happens a lot, even here in the large city of Lagos. Yes, it does. And this is a challenge for the e-commerce businesses as well, the small businesses and even the global merchants. And this is not because we are lacking in local couriers. In fact, we have a lot of local couriers. Every day we go on Facebook, you see businesses shutting down, people selling off their bikes, courier bikes, because they don't have access to customers. What are we doing at Zenith to solve this? We realized that a lot of them are fragmented, they lack digitization, they're inefficient and even carbon heavy. So this is why at Zenith, next slide please, we provide a solution for global merchants who are looking to reach customers at the grassroots communities through by leveraging technology and green logistics. We achieve this, okay, next slide please. We achieve this through two of our products. The first one is Zenith Pilot. This is the solution that we have that allows you to make money on every journey you make. So as a traveler, you are going probably from Lagos to the UK. Usually, if you are going to use on our second platform, if you are going to send your product to the UK to cost under 10 kg, it costs you about 60,000 naira. But using Zenith Pilot, it will cost you about just 20 to 30,000 naira by giving someone who is traveling and they deliver it for you. So you've paid his Uber money essentially. The second platform is the Zenith e-commerce. The same applies to within Nigeria. So if you're moving from Lagos to Ondo State, you can give the pilot a token which will be much lesser and get it delivered within 24 hours compared to using the mainstream or logistics or going to the car park to get it delivered. The Zenith e-commerce is a solution that we have that for e-commerce businesses. Those are more global companies like Jumia, Temu, Oraimo, AliExpress. How do we make this work? We essentially, so far, I mean, in the last 2 years, it has moved from just an idea to essentially a business, and we are customer funded. Now, we've been able to provide asset financing to even some of our couriers who need jobs, because our goal is to provide 500 jobs in the next 2 years. So what we do is we invite asset financiers, including GIZ, LSCTF, and we make sure they're able to provide bikes for these couriers. We provide the daily gigs for them to be able to pay back this asset financing. And we also make sure that as this money gets remitted, they are able to pay off their loan and they are also able to feed their families. In the last 2 years, like I mentioned, we've been able to connect several riders. We've also been able to finance electric bikes, transitioning them from ICE motorbikes to electric motorbikes. We've also been able to secure one Chinese franchise license from AliExpress, Temu, so we're able to move products across Lagos. We've also been able to secure deals with the likes of Jumia, Young Shago. We are the official partner for Young Shago. So we are able to, through this demand, supply the riders in local communities with access to jobs every single day. Next slide, please. We're in the market, the Nigerian third-party logistics is worth $5.1 billion, and we are of course not reinventing the wheel. We are aware of our competitors, the likes of Uber, Bolt, GIG, and Glovo. But what sets us apart is we penetrate primary and secondary cities, not just in secondary cities like Lagos and Abuja. We make sure that even in your communities like Ajumo, Akute, Ikorodu, Ijede, those places have couriers who are able to access these global products and deliver to merchants across, to customers across. Next slide, please. Okay, so our entire technology infrastructure is built in-house by our CTO, Peter Okoma, who has over 8 years experience in technology, is an AI developer, engineer as well. Myself, Abiodun, I have over 8 years experience in logistics. We also have Lola, who runs the daily operations, which is why I can be here pitching while she runs the business. We have our board of directors, Mr. Johnson Abali of Smartan House. Then we have Adeomi Orojo of Bright Technology. Those are our board directors. Next slide, please. All right, thank you very much. I'll appreciate feedbacks and questions.
I know what's in this dot, right? So basically logistic. And I like the fact that you've been able to streamline and solve a pain point. If not everyone here, most of us, we've had cases where as you ordered for something, during the delivery process, something happened. All right, so, and it's a really pain in the ass. So, and I like the fact that you niched it down to locality. You mentioned some places like Ikorodu and the likes, or some inner communities, whereas ordinarily logistic won't work there. So my question now is, what will you do, or what's your safety parameters? How do you validate those people, those courier guys? Do you hire them? Are they working for you directly, or it's just like, yes? So how do you validate? And also number two, how can you really you made mention of AI, right? What's the AI part in what you're doing?
So I'll start from the last, which is the AI part. So one of the major challenges with logistics is route optimization.
Okay.
Making sure that they are able to cover the maximum distance with lesser effort and lesser fuel. So there's a lot of issue around route optimization in logistics, and also customer matching. So instead of us manually matching available couriers, either on the Zenith pilot platform or the e-commerce, AI does that for us and also helps them to optimize their route. The route optimization is essentially for the e-commerce couriers. Now, to the second question, how do we vet them? We have a KYC system in place that helps us to verify the identities of every pilot that signs up. Maybe you're a car owner and you want to make sure that every time you are going from beggar to VI to work, you just want to pick an item and you are signing up on our platform. We have a KYC system in place that helps us to verify your identity and every other thing. Of course, we also make sure that everybody provides guarantors to make sure that even if anything goes wrong with you, we have someone to hold and we verify their identities and these people as well. That's for the pilot. On the e-commerce part of it, we also do the same to make sure that everybody is verified. And of course, we are not ignorant of the fact that we need to be insured. So yes, we are insured. For the asset finance aspect of it, where we make sure that we match them to funders, people who fund the assets, we also make sure we insure the assets, we insure the goods, and all of that. Of course, these are processes that we, even by default, we must do, because one of our customers, like Jumia, is listed in stock exchange. So there are certain compliances that we have to fulfill before we can even deal with such global companies.
All right, thank you.
Just a clarification for your B2B. Is it for companies or businesses? Do you do it like subscription based for them, or it's just if I want to send something now, I'll just call and then you just give me the price? Do you have something like a subscription where every month, if you don't have, you should think about it?
Yes, yes, I understand your question.
Yes, because I have a business and this thing of sending things to people.
Yes.
Every time I have to go back and
to ask questions, how much is it?
But if you have subscription for my company, I'll just come and tell you, maybe today we have 4. You sort it out, it's none of my business. I already paid the subscription for the month. So you should think of something like that.
Yeah, we have actually, it's been 2 years down the line now, and we've really received a lot of feedback. Like I said, we are now a profitable company. Moved from bootstrapping to now customer funded. Now, this is one of the feedback that we got along the line. When we realized a vendor is trying to make a sale, and the customer is saying, how much will it be to get it to me? I said, I'm coming, let me go and find out. By the time you get back, the customer has lost interest or has found another page that said free delivery. So we don't want vendors to always go back and forth, finding out how much it will cost. So what we do is we give you a flat rate. So every vendor on our platform knows how much it will cost already while having their conversations. So all they just do is they just submit their request and the rider is attached to it. So they know how they get paid for everything. So it's not a debate on I don't know how much it will cost or not.
Okay, sorry, I want to be sure. You are Abiodun, right?
Yes, I am.
The presentation was really nice. I like the fact that
so
you knew what your slides were even before presentation when it was missing up, right? So I'm big on the low charges. You said for some companies it costs 60, but for yours might be 20. What's your spread like? Is it just within Lagos? Or is it outside Lagos or just within Nigeria?
Oh, okay. So I think I know what you're talking about. I just gave that as an example for the international deliveries.
Right.
I made reference to the pilot. Yes, we do that.
Mm-hmm.
So for some customers, they say they want the package to move fast. Mm-hmm. Like they want it, maybe, for instance, there was a souvenir. There was actually a souvenir for a wedding. They needed it on Friday. They needed to move it on Wednesday. If they had moved it through our regular route, it will take them about 3 to 5 days to get that product delivered. We had to recommend Zenith Pilot to them. So instead of paying 60,000 to get it moved to the UK, they paid 30,000 to that pilot that was traveling.
And
so
they got their item within how many days?
They got the item within 48 hours. The person
48
had the early morning flight. The next day, they contacted each other and got it delivered.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Like super effective.
Yes, it is actually. And the funny thing is...
because I just sent something last week to...
Yes.
And okay, so you said something about kg, right? Because
I gave that as an example that if you are sending about 10 kg products, for those who ship abroad, you know that. If you are selling about 10, yes.
10 kg was 121,500.
Oh my God, please
and
use
it.
it.
Be delivered yet, though. That was last week Saturday. Today is what?
Please
yes,
use it.
It's not yet delivered though.
Please
and
use
you're
it.
saying
Was it US?
30K.
Was it the US?
No, it's the UK. It's the UK, Birmingham to be precise. So I'm like,
wow.
So how are you?
And over 1 week, it hasn't been delivered.
It has not been delivered. It's a 2-week frame, right? But how are you? How is yours possible? Because I'm quite. You said 48 hours. I'm like, how come I didn't know?
On the Zenith Pilot, yes, within 48 hours, it gets because it's the person taking it along. He's just adding it to his luggage, right?
For
and
the
it's
10
traveling.
kg item.
Yes, it's just traveling with it. You understand? But for the other system in place, that yes, you wait 3 to 5 days. You wait. We also have the 7 to 14 days. As well. So there are price differences. But even the 7 to 14 days is not even 120.
Yeah, 121, 500. I have my receipt.
Oh my God! Please, well, I'll give you my card at the end of this meeting. You can become one of our customers.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It was the US, so just to clear something, the shipping industry had some challenges with the US within the last 3 weeks. So that's why I asked if it was the US or the UK. But if it was UK, that's excessive.
60 seconds.
You mean the pilot of the plane?
Oh, no. That's the name of the product, Zenith Pilot. Oh, no.
So you say you give it to the pilot and like...
No. Yeah, they are called pilots on the platform. The travelers. Let me use that word. Yes. Exactly. So we are traveling. So what our users do, once they are traveling, they check the platform to see, okay, there's an international, this is go to the UK, and then they, reach out for the product, for the pack to deliver the package. Yes, you can. Right away, you can. Yes, you get paid.
Thank you very much. We'll not be able to take any more questions because of our time. So let's give a round of applause for Zenith.
Thank you very
so
much.
So I'll be calling the next team right about now, Nyla AI.
Good afternoon, everyone. Back in 2020, I was still in high school when I was in my final year of high school when COVID-19 struck the entire globe. And I'm very sure we all know how we struggled with keeping up or adapting to that virus. Clinics were overwhelmed, pharmacies were under-equipped, and people were struggling to keep up with that virus. Misinformation was going everywhere because we were Googling symptoms on how to battle with the COVID-19 virus. I even remember vividly that there was a propaganda that was spread on social media that we should bathe with salt if we don't want to contact the coronavirus. So that moment really stuck with me, and it showed me how fragile and unequal healthcare access really is in Africa, which is why I built Nyla AI. My name is Gideon Ogubanjo, and I am an AI engineer. I've been an AI engineer for over 8 years, and I just built this solution. Nyla AI is unlike any other telemedicine platform in West Africa. It is the only telemedicine platform that unites users, clinics, and pharmacies in one ecosystem. But let's talk about the problem in particular. Healthcare across Africa has not changed in decades. If you go to Evercare Hospital and you get treated, if you come to any hospital here in Ikeja, your medical record can be transferred from Evercare in Lekki over to Ikeja here, which is one of the problems that we have. So we spent the last few months building Nyla AI, and we launched it successfully on August 20, 2025. It's a three-way ecosystem that unites users, clinics, and pharmacies in one platform. If you're a user, Nyla AI gives you generative and agentic tools to help you manage your health based on your gender. You have your testosterone trackers, you have an AI-powered symptom checker that is multimodal, meaning it takes in voice, image, and text inputs. You have period trackers for women, you have menopause trackers, you have testosterone trackers for men, among many other tools on the application. If you're a clinic, Nyla AI gives you an AI-powered medical record system hospital management system coupled with generative and agentic AI capabilities. So in terms of diagnostics and treatment accessibilities, Nyla AI is very competent. Same thing for pharmacies with an AI-powered precision scanner and delivery mechanism system. Now, what sets Nyla AI apart from other telemedicine platforms like I mentioned earlier is we are the only telemedicine platform in West Africa that unites users, clinics, and pharmacies in one platform. We have generative and agentic AI tools for patients on the mobile application. We have a web application powered by AI for clinics and pharmacies. Now, our objective for building Nyla AI is we intend to make healthcare accessible to every household in Africa. We don't need to call a doctor on the phone if something is wrong with us when we can just type or chat with Nyla AI on our mobile application to know what is wrong with us. My mother is hypertensive, for example. So whenever her BP just spikes, whenever she cannot get to her BP machine, this is from personal experience, she logs in her BP on Nyla AI. She chats with it. My BP is currently this, and she gets AI-powered insights on what she should do based on our local treatments. So yes, I was just a high school student when I saw how broken the healthcare system was. But between August 20 and now, we have over 1,000 beta users. We have more than 9 clinics and pharmacies on the platform, and we are active in over 7 African countries around Africa. So I was just a high school student when I saw how broken the healthcare system was in Africa, but I have just built the solution and I will continue improving it because this is how I intend to change healthcare in Africa.
Nyla AI. I picked up a lot of things what you were saying. You said you are the first to do this, right? So I want to ask, who are your competitors?
Okay, we currently have a popular one known as Our Doc. It was built by Aproco Doctor. I don't know if anybody has heard of that, but it's only on WhatsApp. It doesn't have a mobile application. It doesn't service pharmacies, doesn't service hospitals. That's Our Doc. Our Doc is probably the most popular for users. Then for hospitals, we have Helium Health, but they only service hospitals alone. They don't service pharmacies, they don't service users. Then for pharmacies, we have M-Pharma. That's the biggest from Ghana in particular, but they only service pharmacies. So we service users, clinics, and pharmacies in one platform.
So your platform is a role-based ecosystem?
Yes, it's a three-way ecosystem for everybody.
Users, I would say, like people like us, right?
Yes.
Clinics
and pharmacies.
And pharmacy. Clinics and pharmacy, they're different, right?
Yes.
So clinics would be, I would say hospitals.
Hospitals.
EMRs, EHRs.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just an advice, right? You should look up Mama, right? They are doing something similar to what you're doing. Mama, M-A-R. And those guys, they are running, right? So you should look them up, leverage on them. This Mama is someone that I know and is doing quite amazingly well. So if you can pull it off, I think you can pull this off too. And my last question would be around your infrastructure. All right. Are you a developer?
I'm an AI engineer.
Good. So give me like in one liner, what's your infrastructure like?
It's cloud-based, so it runs on a virtual private server. So there's nothing like our server goes down and people cannot access the application on its own.
Do you retain data?
Sorry?
Do you store data?
Do we store data? Yes, and we follow compliance rules from the NDPR and GDPR too.
Are you compliant?
Yes, we are. You can check it out.
Okay.
That was what I was going to ask about data, because you can't keep people's data without agreement from them. So you say you're compliant.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then.
We have a lot of advisors that advised us on this. They work with Lasuth. One is also a very popular medical doctor, Dr. Ikemba Iweala. He's the husband to the former Minister of Finance in Nigeria, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So before we even started building, we had heavy consultations with them and they advised us on what to do. So we even got the compliance certificate before we even released the product.
Okay.
Nice presentation, right? I have plenty of questions, not because I've only worked in healthcare, right? And I know how it really works, but you don't have any medical practitioner or professional on your team, do you?
Yes, we do. Okay, I added the deputy medical advisor. He's a hematologist with over 30 years of experience, Professor Asuku Oyama.
So you said your platform is users, clinics, pharmacies.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many clinics or hospitals have you brought on board?
We have more than 9 clinics and 5 pharmacies. And currently, it's also the Lagos Ministry of Health, the head of digital health, Dr. Adebanke Olusi. I met up with her about 2 months ago, and we are also planning, hopefully by God's grace, to digitalize all the private healthcare facilities in Lagos State with AI.
And you still hope to bring in more hospitals? Yes, so for generating medical records, getting it from hospitals, what was the route like or the route like? Yes, okay. You're saying you can get medical records from hospitals, then pharmacies, right? So is it with your communication with the hospitals? Is that how you get this data of customers and have it on your platform and users can have accessibility to it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, users have access to their own private medical records in particular. And those hospitals can now choose to share that particular data among other hospitals that are on the island area.
Because you said you can't get medical record from Evercare to Avon for the system, which is not true. But with that you can do that. But what about she mentioned data, very big on data, right? Fine, you have your compliance. What about your platform of accessibility? You can't get medical records for free from hospitals. How do you pay for these services? Are these services also paid for? Okay.
So we, the developers, are the owners of the product.
So the information is just shared between hospitals, not users.
And users too.
Okay.
Users who have the mobile application. But we, the developers, don't have.
So where does the pharmacy come in?
Sorry?
Where does the pharmacy come in?
They can also receive orders for medication from those hospitals or from users themselves.
So the hospitals to the pharmacies, then pharmacies down to the users.
Three of them in one ecosystem.
Nice. Oh, good.
Okay. My question is centered still around data.
Okay.
So, have you tried to do an assessment of what your daily traffic is based on the number of users you have, based on the number of hospitals you have, from your dashboard, from your back end? So with that, I don't know if what you're using is AWS or GCP or so, but I still come to understand that if you pull these kinds of data from not just one end, you're talking about users, you're talking about pharmacies. Yes, you might say you do not store them, but there is no way you could do those query that something would not be left. That's the reason why GDPR and NDPR comes into play. So what can you say is your utilization as to daily compared to monthly?
So we use AWS. All our data is stored on the cloud on AWS in particular. But in terms of storing data, we don't actually store users' data in particular. It is end-to-end encrypted, similar to the communication system on WhatsApp, right? So users' data are strictly for users, hospitals' data are strictly for hospitals, then the same goes for pharmacies too. We don't have access to that. So all we have access to is just daily retention rate and analytics that we can use to monitor the improvements of the platform in particular, like the number of users we have, or the number of clinics and pharmacies we have.
Okay. When did you go live?
August 2025.
2025.
Yeah.
Before going live, was there a penetration testing done on this app?
Yes, we pilot tested with 2 hospitals in Lagos here.
No, penetration testing, security testing done on this, because you never can tell. You could have implemented your, let's say your security, let's say if you're using HTTPS, your encryption, XSL and things like that. But there should be a penetration testing done both from your front end, your application, if you're using your web application, if you're using a mobile app, from your server end as well. Your infrastructure which you're using, yes, you said you're using AWS infrastructure, yes. But even at that, there should be a penetration testing done, because you never can tell. Anything could happen at any point in time. Even the API, you access some APIs, don't you?
Yeah.
So those APIs you access, what are the conditions of which you access? Because it happens. I was among the team that built Alert, Wema Bank. That was about 2014, yes, when I joined Wema Bank as a then. So I know what it takes for us to do some of the security at the back end before we roll out. So I'm saying this because I know what some of the banks has passed through because of data loss. You never can tell. It could be either during transmission, it could even be during query. It could even be an opening because of an API you're trying to access, and that could be a loophole. So If you've not done that, I think you actually need to look into
We
that.
actually did, and we spotted a few vulnerabilities. We didn't spot any on the user aspect, we didn't spot any on the pharmacy aspect, but while beta testing with 2 clinics in Lekki, in Lagos here, we actually spotted that having one or more admin, which is one or more administrator on that particular healthcare portal actually exposes some vulnerabilities, which is why we only made one admin. So only the chief medical officer or the head medical doctor in a clinic is the administrator on Nyla AI. That was the only vulnerability we had. And we fixed it even before launch.
Okay. Does anyone have any question again?
You just get the quality assurance.
Yeah, thank you. So I think it's not saying that so you have it, it's just saying if you've not done it, put it into consideration. So thank you very much. I will quickly move on to the next team.
All right, so good everyone. My name is Elijah Moses and I'm the founder of VeriNext. And what we do at VeriNext basically is we make learning the new fun way to earn for students. Next slide, please. So this is no longer news. 98 million people are out of school in Africa and generally, and many more and millions more who are in classroom lack the motivation to learn. Why is this the case? It is the case because there's no clear pathway between learning a particular skill and a career path. So education to career, there's a missing link there. Next slide, please. So how do we solve this problem? What if instead you have one mobile app that basically made learning fun, gave every student an AI study buddy, rewarded every learning experience with tokens that can enable them to get airtime, data, supermarket vouchers, and ultimately build a pathway through which learning can translate to career. That product is you. Next slide, please. So, this number is very significant. We have our target audience, secondary school students, university students, and we're targeting 4,960,000 plus active learners within 5 years. You're wondering, why not 5 million? Why 4,960,000? I'll tell you. Next slide. So we stand out in 6 innovative ways. One of them is that we have a career connection path, we have gamification learning, we have an AI study buddy, and I dare to say the product can also work offline. Also, we have a reward marketplace where gamification can be rewarded and as such building positive behavior. And also we have what is called data collation. These are some of the things that makes us stand out. Next slide. Now, to the 4,960,000, why we do make it 5 million? So in the past 7 months, we engaged over 40,000 students and youths. Also, we've been able to get roughly around 6,000 signups at the moment, free signups. We have generated 5 million naira in this past 7 months. We've also established a current partnership with another organization called Friends and Pal through the federal government to train over 300,000 young people by 2026. And we have a new learning hub partnership. So we don't just only offer academic related learnings, we also have creative learnings, digital skill learnings, and entrepreneurial learning, which all happens in our hub that accommodates between 300 to 500 people. Next slide. So we make money online, offline, and of course through games. These are some of the ways we actually make money. Through our app, we have a subscription model, and we have partnerships as well. We have a learning hub where people come in to learn these things, and they also pay for us. So online we're making money, offline we're making money, and through our games as well. Next slide, please. So what makes us stand out from all these guys? We are obsessed about one thing, and that one thing is positive learning behavior. And that is why there's a pathway between learning and earning, because earning will reinforce people to learn. Next slide. Now, we have SDG 4, SDG 8, SDG 13, and 17. These are the core SDGs we focus on. We are a team of 4. We have an AI engineer called Prosper. We have Boluwatife, Manoa, and myself. Next slide, please. And sum total, we have 30 years of experience doing this thing. I love doing it. I'm always excited, so that's why we're doing this. Next slide, please. Now, I'll ask $30,000 to do 3 key things: product optimization, game designs, and lastly, operational runway. But now, with respect to the money that is available, we want to basically add this money to our current fund to get a new space to actually expand our capacity from 500 students to 800 students, because there's so many people who are coming into our space, but we can accommodate them. So this money will be added to the money we have to actually get a new space altogether. Next slide. So these are some of the activations we've done across roughly 6 different states. Next slide. in Calabar, in Bauchi, in Lagos State, I'm thinking of all of them again, right? In Rivers State, in Futo, both universities and secondary schools. And guess what? In each of these schools, we have a sustainability plan, because each school, we have ambassadors in there that also feed us this real data. So it's an end-to-end pipeline. We have the student, we have our platform, we have an offline place, we have games we also sell, we reach out to this set of people. And guess what? People love us because we're very interested about making learning the new fun way to earn. Can you go back, please, to the last slide? There's a short video, just 25 seconds to play. Previous. I think I have to. 22 seconds, play. No, go back. Yes, play me. No. Go back. Go on. Anyways, I have a short video. Yes, no, that one, play me and be happy. So minimize the screen and just play, just 25 seconds and I'm done. 6 seconds. Come on. Yes, okay, it's playing. No, go back to the other one. I just 25 seconds. But anyways, that is for you. We love learning. I'm excited to be here as well. Thank you, everyone.
Olo by Varion X. Like I've done to the previous startup.
Yeah.
I have to check to see if your SEO is strong, and I think you have a great SEO.
Thanks.
I have 2 questions. You say you do learn to earn, and so why are they? So this is an edtech platform.
Yes.
So why are they selling recharge card?
Nice. That's a very good question. All right, so now you want to understand how the product works. That's the question that's coming in. So let me just put it
very briefly.
Yeah. So if you come over to the platform, there's a learning side and the earning side. Under the learning side, you have the AI body that guides you and provide what is called context-based learning. Meaning that if I'm a student, I love playing football, but I don't understand chemistry, our AI system teaches you chemistry from the context of football. That makes it very interesting. That's on the learning side. Now I move up to the earning side. The earning side is where you have gamification. You can compete with someone else around that particular topic, maybe set, maybe organic chemistry or anything. Now, if you win me, you have point levels. Your point level actually accumulates. When your point level gets to 1,000, it unlocks a marketplace. Now, you as a student, seeing that you've played a certain game with your fellow colleague and you have access to a marketplace, the marketplace gives you access to airtime, data, supermarket voucher, meaning you can redeem those points into airtime to enable you learn more if you don't have airtime, or to enable you get data to continue learning if you don't have data.
Okay.
Yes. So
yeah,
that's
I get that gist. So the second question would be very briefly.
All right.
Every learn to earn, I think I've come across, it's fully digital.
Yes.
So why do you need a space? Why are you bringing someone? I mean,
excellent question. So why are we needing a space? September 2025, the federal government said from next year, all exams, WAEC, JAM, NECO and the rest are all going to be CBT based. Now, a lot of students have never written WAEC before with CBT. That also tells you that there will be mass failure because they really don't know how to navigate this system. Right before this time, we already have a space where we teach only academic and creative learning. But now we're like, wow, given the fact that the federal government is actually bringing this innovation, this concept is an advantage for us. So we have a learning space, we have gadgets in place, but the students we have are more than our current capacities to contain. Because many of them are coming to us and say, hey, my friend is attending your learning hub in school. I'm coming to come and learn GCE, come and learn WAEC, so I know how to prepare myself for WAEC next year. So we're like, wow. To us, it's an advantage and a sustainability plan to have a learning hub where the same students from different regions can come in. They go through our learning materials, they also pay for learning. Then through that means we also fund them from that place into the mobile app as well. So it's an end-to-end pathway, and that is why we need the learning hub to actually finance this whole process, and it's an advantage for us.
To be clear, did you say the space we intend to have, they can write JAM there?
So the space we have can actually train the student like a CBT center. So before you write JAM.
But my question is, do you have JAM accreditation? Because
No,
all centers must be accredited by JAM.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
yes, ma'am. We don't yet have the JAM accreditation because you need roughly 250 laptops for a start. But what we are doing is that we have a learning hub, like part of it's a tutorial center. So we have students who come morning, afternoon, and evening. So after school, they come. Some who don't want to go to the conventional school, they still come to our place. We train them, they pay monthly fees to just learn certain things that's relating to academics, and they pay us that. Now, part of the things we bring in to aid the students is the laptops. So we have mock exams that can prepare you better for WAEC next year. So you don't need to get into the WAEC hall next year and wondering, should I click this, should I click that? Right? We teach you this thing right from our end and get you prepared for the exams ahead of time. So that is what gives us an advantage. And by the way, we are looking at, in the long run, if we're able to actually build bigger systems, of course have larger buildings, we can get laptops. If you have 250 laptops to give us one, we're more than happy.
How many laptops do you have right now?
So we currently have in total around like 8.
8?
Yes. It is good!
I know where I'm going, so I might have something good for you. So I will talk to you after.
Nice! Thank you all!
Let's keep it. So learning, right? Education. Just 2 questions. I want to disturb you.
All right, ma'am.
You said offline.
Yes.
Expatiate on that very briefly.
Okay, so offline is basically 3 key things. So we have the learning hub, they come to the hubs, then come to the hub to learn math, physics, chemistry, and all those things. They charge, we pay them, they actually pay us monthly fee. Then we have creative learning. Under creative learning, we expose the students to topics like brainstorming, design thinking, critical thinking, all those things. And then we also have digital skills. So they learn like digital marketing, they learn like automation with AI and stuff like that. That's for the creative learning. And then we have the entrepreneurship learning. Because young people have ideas, young children have ideas, but how can you convert ideas from an abstract form into product? We do this using our current learning hub. So that's why it's offline, because all these things you don't need to be online while you're doing it. Yes, ma'am.
So you said, please don't say ma. You said, you mentioned it's a platform you can learn your JAM, your WAEC, and all of that. So what about students that don't go to schools? Are you saying your platform can also prepare you, like not physically being present in school, can also prepare you to enroll for WAEC, enroll for JAM? Do you have that platform in place?
Yes. So if I get the question right, you're saying our current platform, for those who are not necessarily coming to our learning hub,
yes,
can they still use the platform?
No. Learning with you,
yes,
but not in school per se.
Yes. Without going to school, if you learn from us, we have context-based learning material that is tailored based on the curriculum.
And your pricing?
It's flexible. It's 5,000 naira. Yes.
Monthly or?
Monthly.
Really, for whatever grade?
So 5,000 on the platform, then coming to the learning hub, you pay 10,000 naira per month per student.
And is that fee limited to specific subjects or?
Now, this is very interesting. So if you come to the platform, when you're registering, we ask you, what is your current level? Are you primary school, secondary school, or university student? So based on the level, if you fit in, right, the platform is custom made to actually be tailored to your specifics as a young person. So yes.
Irrespective of your level?
Irrespective of your level. Thank you.
You said offline.
Yes, sir.
So let's say, for example, I've subscribed for this. I don't have internet access. How does the offline works?
This is a very excellent question. So the platform actually works, that is, if you have the mobile app on your phone, you can use it offline to take some practice tests and some couple of other stuff. And the moment you get data connection, all the information you've been building offline before the app came online, everything syncs up together. So the syncing comes in where if you're in a space that don't have light or if you're in a space that don't have internet connection, use the platform. You have some perks you can actually play with. But once you're able to connect to the internet or you get some data, all those results of the things you've been doing offline syncs into the server. So it works that way, sir.
During the point of installing the app, does it give you a notification that says this is the minimum storage requirements before installing either on a laptop or on a mobile phone or so?
So as of now, with regards to, I know why you're asking the question as well. With regards to that, we made the app a bit native, right? We didn't actually add that requirement to say, hey, your phone is it 2 gigabyte, 3 gigabyte, but we have the flexibility because the solution is built with Flutter and it's built to scale. So whether your mobile device is maybe not so heavy, it is configured in such a way that it fits into your current configuration mobile-wise. So we've not actually explored that part to say, hey, we ask you questions, what's your current storage and stuff like that, because that might increase bounce rate. So we just have you install it, use it, And if there's ever a query where you say you're out of storage and stuff like that, you just have to decongest on yourself. Yes, sir. But we'll take that into consideration.
So I think if that happens,
yes, sir,
it might result to a crash
yes,
or
sir,
to a failure or something of that nature.
Yes,
so
sir.
I think put that into consideration. The second one gets to do with what feedback does the schools or those learning centers give to you? Let's take, for example, let me take myself as a curious student, and I'm looking at, I want a training that should be a game-like, and whereby I could be playing a game, it could be a brainstorming game, and at the same time I'm solving some equations, because I know my kids too, this is what they like. So how have you put those feedback? Do you have a form or a template where they share with students? How do you get feedback from schools, from students in that regard?
Yes, sir, we have a form where they actually, for the school, each student who makes use of our platform, we have two ways we gather feedback. So in each of the schools, we have ambassadors, right? So these ambassadors represent us within their school, and every bi-weekly, they have what's called a bi-weekly check-in for students who have actually signed up on our platform or those who have collected their information on. We tell the students, go check them, reach out to them, ask them how they're doing, how's the platform so far for them? Is the learning easy or is the learning hard? Now we gather that data through these guys, it comes to us easily. That's one way. And the second way is that we also make use of a teacher that works within that school. So the teacher actually is able to assess the student. If it's subject-based, it's able to assess the student and say, hey, maybe you're not doing so well here, not doing so well here. They reach out to us and say, this student or this group of people have issues learning this way. What we then do, we gather those feedback, we try to train our model to actually ensure that these learning blocks or challenge that they've encountered for this specific set of persons can be catered for. That's one way. The second way also is the YOLO games. Now this is something we're also testing at the moment. The YOLO game is like a hardware game where we want to learn chemistry, right? So we could take the entire curriculum of chemistry, we break it down into puzzle. Maybe you want to learn reactions or any of those things. We break it down into puzzle and reassemble all this puzzle into the material itself, or the board, the hard game, and then we give it to you. Your ability to assemble those points to get the exact thing also reinforce new learning behavior for the person who is learning, such that whatever that subject is, you've reduced the barrier to learning for that particular person, and they're able to actually improve overall in their academics. So these are some of the things we've done. We're working on the games as an MVP in the pipeline. I'm more than happy to also connect with you, sir, and maybe give these games also to your kids and see their feedback. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for your answer. More so, how do you streamline these feedbacks based on each student's school on a dashboard? Do you have such?
So as of now, the way we go around it, right, there are two ways. So we have a form which we give to the students, give to the teachers within the school to fill, which sometimes can be randomized, which is fine. Then the second way actually is each of the school, for these ambassadors we work with, we give them a template of how the layout of the questionnaire should look like. Their name, their age, their class, their department, the subject they have issues with, the learning criteria, and what they actually look out for. These data might come in a bit randomized, but we sit down. We also have a data engineer that works with us to see how we can streamline the whole process to ensure that we reduce possibilities of errors in the learning pathways for each of the students. So this is something we are aligning all together and training our model to be very more intelligent and smart, especially when dealing with these young people that have this problem. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Let's give him a round of applause.
Come for us, come for us.
The last but not the least team, Mr. Jesse Kenkwat.
Okay, hi, my name is Jesse, and Romero is an autonomous financial index and trading platform designed to give small to mid-sized businesses the opportunity to list their shares for public trading. Today, traditional stock exchanges like NASDAQ or NYSE are completely inaccessible to SMEs, and also even the one here in Nigeria, the Nigerian Stock Exchange is inaccessible to SMEs. So that's where Romero comes in. Okay, and also they require high listing fees, which is expensive, and also SMEs can't really afford that. So the solution here is Romero, a platform. Basically, what we are offering is we allow SMEs to list, to register and issue their shares on the platform. So it's basically a mini stock exchange, but for smaller businesses and SMEs. So the key innovations in this a solution is of course, fractionalized SME equity, and it's also an autonomous index, and also investor options. That's since it's listed publicly for public trading. The people can buy a single share of an SME, or they can buy the Rumble index. That's a diversified platform for businesses and all. Market opportunity. We are targeting $1 trillion gap, and it's for SMEs and startups seeking capital, investors wanting new and transparent investment options, and institutional investors looking for early opportunities. And also, the target market is Africa. Our business model, it's basically trading commissions, listing fees, premium subscriptions, partnerships and sponsorships, and also data and analytics sales. And our competitive advantages, we are one of the first movers to go deep into this aspect, and we focus purely on SMEs, which is an underserved market. Lower entry fees than the traditional stock exchanges. Autonomous SME index powered by AI. Network effects, more SMEs, more investors, more liquidity, and stronger platform. And it's okay. Roadmap right now. We are currently working with Peju Digital Agency. So we are completing we are almost done building the platform, and we are almost done building the platform. So financial. So right now I'm currently bootstrapping, but I've raised a significant amount for that, and also the risks and mitigations, regulatory risks. So that's one of the major problems, especially in a country like Nigeria. So we've actually applied for some paperwork that we need to start up, and also security. So we are ready, or we are going to invest in secure infrastructure, and also rigorous testing and market adoption to pilot programs, bank partnerships, accelerators, and early SME success stories. The vision basically is to become the world's leading SME focused trading platform to unlock capital for smaller businesses. Yeah, thank you.
Did you do this presentation? If there was one.
Sorry?
Did you create the presentation yourself?
Yes, I did. Yes.
I mean, I really heard everything you said. Your voice was not very audible. Like, it felt like you were speaking to yourself. Your audience is yourself. So I really can't say ask too much. I'm just going to say you didn't feel like you could position yourself. Still need to work on what moving road is all about. Like I need your voice.
Okay, Jesse, are you a developer?
No.
Okay. You're a co-founder?
Yeah, family with my friends of the serious stuff.
So, I think another thing you need to work upon is the ability to pitch. Pitching, you could be given an opportunity to pitch 30 seconds. And 30 seconds is something limited. You have great product, but your ability to present it in a way it will be captivating becomes another challenge. I try to be attentive to get the point what you wanted to pass, and you have the product. Yes, when it comes to the stock markets, the trading and the rest of them, some people find it as if it's so cumbersome to understand. That's the main reason too. When it comes to things like forex and other kind of trading, cryptocurrency and rest of it, people try to share it because they don't understand the gimmicks around it. So if you could go into such kind of area to demystify the things that I need, you should be able to present in a way that people who do not understand it to a certain level should be able to understand. So I think try to work around that. Yes, for your application, I wish we could see one or two interfaces to be able to ask questions. But that should have helped your super.
Hello. I'm trying to understand. Are you trying to do something like bamboo?
No, not that. What we are doing is we are basically focused on SME. So we let people play on the platform. You can buy shares from the startups or SME listed on the platform. When our main focus is SMEs on the startups.
So you have the legal regulatory requirements to run this kind of, because I know in Nigeria if concerning money,
yes, I know
CBN.
Where is the expenditure? And we are on it because I was able to raise an amount to family and friends, so, and also with their help, so we also talk to each other to be raised. So the process is on way, right, bro?
Okay, so what you want to do now is businesses buying stocks of other businesses?
No. Like the average person is being able to go on the platform and then buy shares of SME startups or mid-sized businesses. So that's the focus, not the bigger business.
I don't know, but I know that AT shares is Security Exchange Commission. So are you working there with this? Or?
I'm aware of all the legal, yes, and how much it will cost and all of that, and we are working on that.
Yes. So I have a few questions here. First off, are you a forex trader? Yeah, exactly. You know why I asked? I'm a neuroscientist, so I know who you are. Alright, so I get your gist. Alright, so I'll put you in between. You can see you're not like bamboo, but in a way, you're still like bamboo. In between bamboo and get equity. Okay? You should look at their business model very well. How they were able to scale. You have a very great product. Trust me. If you know your stuff, I would invest. To be honest. You have a very great product, but understand that you need to be able to carry your charisma. When you're preaching, you're just people going here. I was following. I was reading your lips actually. But you have a great product. And also, if you can't pull this off all by yourself, trust me, some things are not, you don't have to put something, just partner. It might be just an API that will help the bigger guys up here. Find something that it's a pain point that they want to solve. Solve it for them and give it to them. You make your money. An investor will give you just great stuff.
Yeah, but right now I'm partnering with a cybersecurity agency. Her name is Taijun, and we're almost done with the product.
Thank you so much. Can we give him a round of applause, please? Thank you so much. So that will be all of the pitches for today. I'm going to have to rush through this next moment. So I'm going to give them time to come back on the stage. So let's collect our scores. Please decide who your winner is. I'm going to come to you in few seconds to get that. And kindly ensure that the scoring is there so it's easy for me to see the basis on which you're selecting that particular winner at the end of the day. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So I'll be calling the people that pitched just now. So quickly come. If you want to come with your team, that's fine. So let's have all 5 of them come on the stage.
And now let's clap for our amazing judges that take the time to ask them mind-blowing questions. At some point I was saying, Madam Ayobami should I was begging her in my mind that please now calm down now. But thank you very much everyone for your time. So the second runner up here, are we all ready? Are we ready? The second runner up on my list is Ulo by Verion. Can we clap for him, please? Thank you so much. Ulo by Verion. That's the second runner up. Thank you so much. Please, let's have our judges come out so they can take pictures with them if you don't mind, please.
To be the best. number one and nothing less. Lead me to
Who stopped this song? They will not stop your shine between of your shine. No. Let's our judges please come closer. Let's come closer. Come and snap it. Send it, send it. Thank you so much. Now let's all come together. So we're going to call our winner now. And I know when they said the cornerstone that was forsaken, let's make welcome our one and only winner, Naila AI. Naila AI. Can we have the check, please?
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions.
So we're done with the hackathon section. I don't know if Christina is anywhere around here, but we'll move quickly into the networking phase. But before we go ahead to network, this is the time to go and meet all these founders. They'll become great. Oh, Money Point started somewhere. Go and farm them now. If I were you, I will collect their number. I will volunteer and work for free for them. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you once again for joining us today. We've literally come to the end of the hackathon. If you want to be a part of what we do continuously at Uplift, please do want to follow us at Yes Uplift on Instagram and LinkedIn Uplift. We have further hackathons coming up, so this is a continuous thing. It's not a one-off thing. And yes, our winners are going to be getting their money over the course of the week. We had people that won the last time. So this is the second edition. The third edition is going to be happening the first quarter of 2026. I would like to call on the one and only Mr. Victor Ogunbiyi. See him walking and bouncing. By the way, Victor is also a founder by himself. So yes, thank you very much for coming to be a part of Uplift 2.0. Thank you so much. The second on the list is the one and only Mrs. Azanabulus. Thank you so much. I'm collecting your turban before you leave. Thank you so much, ma, for coming. And the last but not the least, we have one more award coming up for Mr. Samuel Iheanacho, who will deliver it specially. So, can we have Madam Ayobami Akonle? Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Thank you so much for coming and spending your evening and afternoon with us.
Hi everyone, thank you once again for coming. We really appreciate it. So it's time to do networking and mingle with ourselves. So I will encourage everyone in this room to stand up, meet people, do one or two talks together within ourselves and get to know ourselves. You don't know where opportunity comes in. So I would appreciate us to just do that now. Because I'm coming to come and start doing networking with you. So let's start, please. Let's go around the room. Let's talk to people. Please, let's do that networking section.